This meeting is being live streamed.
Is this official? Are we officially live?
Yeah, we are.
In the best Facebook group on the face of the planet.
This is so I titled this thing so that more people would actually show up, that Ryan Wakefield has taken over the ChurchCom live stream channel.
I love it. You should have titled it, Ryan Wakefield will reveal what his salary was for his first ever church communications job. You want to guess my salary, Kenny, when I started in church communications, what I got paid by a mega church?
Yeah, probably just pizza. Like, right?
Just a little bit over a pizza. I started out at $2,400 a month. That was my big
That's a lot of money. That's like,
hey, that's huge.
It's a lot of pizza.
I got married making $2,400 a month, if you can imagine that. But yeah,
as a church online pastor, I was just talking with Mark Matlock, who works with Barna and ABS and all these other organizations. We were just joking that, you know, youth ministry, right, staff, if they have a pulse and then they could eat pizza, then you're hired. and then once you get hired, you realize that that's actually your pay. And then church online, you know, pastors are even lower on the rung, and we would just get the cold pizza, not even the delivered pizza,
not even the hot
maybe
pizza.
Some crusts, right? Like
you get the leftover youth group pizza that is all nasty and shipped over to you cold after they're done with it.
Absolutely.
But we should all guess what Kenny made as a online campus pastor. No, just kidding. But people can play along. You can guess a number 1 in 1,000, because we are giving away a prize package. All you have to do is guess a number between 1 and 1,000. I will tell you this: it's not what Kenny made as an online. Weren't you an online pastor at Liquid Church?
Yeah, I was a church online pastor. Yes, and that's where we were like, at the very beginning, people like, they challenged your existence and the existence of the people that you're ministering to. Aren't they virtual people? They don't exist. They're just like.
My favorite is when people say the phrase "in real life." Like, for some reason, yes, this isn't real life. Only if you're there physically, it's in real life. But this is like, we got to get away from that phrase, because it isn't really helping us.
Well, I'm glad I'm here with you in real life. So Ryan, for probably like the 3 people on the interwebs that don't know who you are, can you just share with us, who the heck are you and where are you dialing in from? You've got like this beautiful, I feel like you're on the set of Magnolia down in Texas, you know,
gosh. Yeah, well, Kenny,
Joanna Gaines's house.
You've been here live from this set, so like you know where I'm joining from. But I'm here in Kansas City, Missouri, home of the Chiefs, Royals, Sporting Kansas City, Patrick Mahomes. So barbecue, we love all sports. We love all barbecue. Again, if you're jumping in, you can even let me know where you're joining from. But man, I'm just a simple guy that loves churches, loves to help churches. My favorite people on the planet are church planters. So don't tell anybody, like, if you're a church planter, I love you the most. But yeah, we moved up to Kansas City in 2013 to help start a church. And in that process, really focused on a lot of marketing tools to help us get the word out and invite people, share the good news. And out of that journey, back in 2016, founded Church Marketing University, where we focus on helping churches get more visitors every single week. So if your church wants more visitors, that's what we do. And we love to do it. That's why we get up in the morning. We're super passionate. And so we've got a conference coming up. That's the whole goal. What we focus on at the Church Marketing Conference is helping churches get more visitors. So if you would love more visitors, you love the conference. So Kenny, that's me in a nutshell. Kenny and I have been on this kind of fun journey, probably since about 2016. We started hanging out at some conferences back when you could go to conferences. So it's been a blast. I love Kenny, Katie, what you guys are doing over at Church Communications, church planners and church communicators, you know, special place in my heart for all you guys. So yeah, it's a little bit about me, but nobody cares about me.
Everyone cares about you. Everyone wants to be like, right. Look, I will just say this very practically. you're one of the few practitioners on social in this church space that actually is practicing social. There's so many social gurus out there talking from the corner, and they don't actually do social, right? Like you're taking advantage of live streams, you're taking advantage of publishing and courseware. And I mean, I think this is one of the things where you learn by doing, and you also learn by actually following people who actually do stuff. And that's why I follow you. That's why I just want to rub shoulders with you. So anyway, I just want to give you props for the things that you guys have been doing.
Can we real quick, we weren't planning this, but can we give a little bit of a social media tip? Like if I could just
yes, absolutely,
everybody one thing, like if you're getting social media advice that isn't built on this idea that ministry flows out of relationships and relationships take time, it will not help your church. Let me say that again. If you're getting social media advice that isn't based on relationships, ministry flows out of relationships, relationships take time. So if you're trying to figure out all the latest software that's going to schedule it, that's going to automate your relationships, the graphic that's going to magically help you get to know people in your community, whatever it is, if it's not based on this concept that ministry flows out of relationships, relationships take time. So if you have a social media plan, it better be like, if you're asking when's the best time to post, so you could just throw a graphic out there and then go do something else, it's never going to work. The best time to post is when you have 30 minutes to build relationships with your community. That's the best time to post, because ministry flows out of relationships. Relationships take time. Social media is just an opportunity for relationships. So I wish I could tell everybody, stop it with all this stuff that is not centered around building healthy relationships, because it's doing nobody any good. Anyway, well, that was a side note. So we'll get back to the real talking point here.
Love seeing some friends on here. We've got Christopher J. Harris, the one and only from Florida.
What's up, Christopher?
He's got an entry into the number from 1 to 1,000. So if you just joined us, we want you to pick a number from 1 to 1,000, enter it into the comments, and Ryan's going to pick a lucky winner to get the entire Church Marketing Conference prize pack. It's just it's a
prize pack.
It's crazy. I mean, I think all the stuff in there. I don't know how you're going to carry it home.
We're going to ship it to them from Amazon, like everything else in our world is what we're going to do.
And just a disclaimer, what we want you to do here, Ryan, maybe we should tell them why we're here. I don't even know why I'm here. This is on my calendar, so I just showed up. Anything with Ryan on it, I just say yes. So Ryan, why don't you share with us a little bit about what we're talking about here? What's the whole point of us rallying together live in this Facebook group?
Yeah, that's a good point, because obviously, what's in it for you? Why should anybody care about the Church Marketing Conference? And really, bottom line is this: it's a conference 100% focused on helping churches get more visitors every single week. And we're not going to do 150 sessions. We're not going to overwhelm you and your church. We're going to say, hey, we have 7 sessions. We're going to cover the absolute core essentials that churches need to put in place moving into the future if they want to get really good at reaching people every single week, week in, week out, the 7 essentials that you got to get in place, get really good at. So that's what the conference is focused on. It's coming up. It's online. It's free.
When is it?
So September 20th, 21st, and 22nd. So we're kicking off on Monday at 3 p.m. Eastern with a mystery experience. So that's going to be a lot of fun. Kenny, I think you know what the mystery experience is. We're not announcing that until the week of the conference. But one of the unique things that we're doing is we're not only like covering some material that's going to be super helpful. We've got some resources we're going to be giving. Like we're giving every church a sermon series kit to kick off 22 with January 2022 to help your church reach a lot of people in January and kick off your year. But we're also going to let you and your church team experience what we feel like the future of church could look and feel like. So it's not just head knowledge. You and your team, and we're encouraging all churches to get their team together and go through the experience with their team. That's why we're doing these prize packages. And again, you can guess a number between 1 and 1,000. You got to get your ticket as well. So if we pick your number and you don't have your ticket to the conference, it doesn't make sense for you to win it, because the prize package goes with the conference. But we want teams to go through the experience together. So we're kicking off the conference on Monday with a mystery experience, because we want church teams to be able to experience not just like information, but see that information in action. So we're going to be talking more about that. But yeah, it's really the short reason why anybody should care would be if your church wants more visitors, you are going to love this conference. So if that's you, man, join us at the conference. If you're like, hey, I don't care about visitors, I do something else, then hey, conference is not for you. You will hate it. So if you want more visitors, great. Join us online September 20th, 21st, and 22nd.
Awesome. Now, Abby's pulling up a very, very important notation here. She says, raise your hand if you love Ryan's bookshelf backgrounds. I just love it.
Well, I got all my favorite things back there. So you see the Kansas City Chiefs football, you see a Royals hat back there, you see a Sporting Kansas City. You even see some bobbleheads. That's Tim Media.
I like the bobblehead. The only thing I had, so the only thing of interest on my bookshelf here, unlike yours. Now, I'm not, you got to read this carefully, Ryan. Read this carefully because I'm not trying to start an internet fight here. This isn't what you think it is. This is my latest hat that I got. Let me just read this.
Oh, no. Okay, good. I was worried about you.
I got it at a tech conference, right? Make Wi-Fi great again. It's like, how often do you actually need this message wherever you are?
I love it. Whoever came up with that for the tech conference is pretty genius. Because
here's a big question. Molly's asking in that surprise party pack. Are there going to be bobbleheads of Ryan Wakefield?
We need a Katie and Kenny bobblehead. How have we gone through life without a Katie and Kenny bobblehead? How awesome would that be to have a church communications bobblehead? So if you want a Katie or Kenny bobblehead, let us know in the comments. There are no bobbleheads. What we're doing, Kenny, is if you know anything about CMU, we love to have a ton of fun. We don't take ourselves too seriously. We're encouraging churches to go through the conference experience as a team. And so we're going to be doing a lot of fun stuff there live in Battle Creek with the CMU team, with our graduates. And we're going to be having things like cream soda and root beer on tap. We're going to have Andre Anderson's going to be smoking barbecue. We're going to be playing like this basketball competition throughout the conference. And so what it allows us to do, the prize package allows us to ship you some cream soda, root beer, a little basketball goal as well. We're going to be encouraging, we're going to be loading up an Amazon gift cart. A cart. So if your church wants to get your team together and you want to essentially be experiencing the fun, you'll be able to get all the package as well. That's what the prize package is we're giving away. So it really allows a church team to have fun, play along, join us on Instagram with the hashtag Church Marketing Conference and win some things. So it's going to be a ton of fun. So that's what we're giving away today. All you need to do to enter is select a number between 1 and 1,000. I will give you a hint. The number is on the church communications page about the conference. So if you click on the link here and you kind of look, it's not the exact number, but you can kind of decipher it if you wanted a hint or a clue. And then in order to win too, you've got to have your free ticket, because it only makes sense that you would get the prize package if you're planning on going to the conference. So yeah, that's a hint. Number one is the number is related to the information about the conference. So just and I will tell you, like we did this over in our other group. The winning number was 4319 from Isaiah 43:19, where we're getting the theme from the conference. It is not those numbers. This is a different number. Okay, so our theme is from Isaiah.
Oh, some guy named Kenny Jahng just put in 4319 into the chat. That's not the number?
It's not the number. It's not the number. It's a different number. So I thought I'd throw that out there. But so we're having a lot of fun with it. And it's going to be a blast. Again, if you love to have fun, you'll love the conference. If you're like, man, you guys are a little bit crazy, don't come to the conference. We'll annoy you for 3 days. Or like, we just have way too much fun.
So can we just literally nerd out on this? Let's get down to business just a little bit. Okay. What I want to do is, if it's okay, I'm going to share the screen. If you go to churchcommunications.com/CMU, you'll see the sign-up page. We're welcoming our ChurchCom folks, our friends here, get free access. During this live stream, we'll have the links up here in the chat that you can click on to get to. But you have this thing called the 7 Essentials.
Yep.
Can you talk a little bit about that? What are we talking? What is the 7 essential? And then there's that mystery experience that we were mentioning. But what are the 7 essentials? What are you referring to here?
So we've had over 47,000 church leaders go through one of our courses, kits, or conferences at CMU. Here's what I've noticed with working with thousands upon thousands of church leaders is we are all distracted by the shiny object. We all want to think, oh, I got to go learn TikTok now in order to reach into my community. I'm going to go do all that. I'm going to learn all this stuff. And what we realized, not only working with thousands of churches, but studying thousands of churches. We've done an assessment of over, I think it's getting close now to 5,000 churches. And we look at the ones that are growing versus the ones that are plateaued or declining to identify what are growing churches doing that plateau churches or declining churches aren't doing. And so in that whole experience, in all of our assessment, we keep coming back to these 7 things that actually make a big difference. And the frustrating part is you see churches chasing the shiny object and neglecting the core things that really make a big difference. To use an analogy, if you look at the best of the best in the world at any field, what you will find is no matter how good they get, they always are spending an incredible amount of time on the basics. Kenny, you're a golfer, and you know this, no matter how good you get, you're going to spend a lot of time practicing 4-foot putts, because if you are the best in the world at making 4 to 6 foot putts, you are going to be really good. So there's never a point where you get so advanced that you just skip over the basics. It's the more advanced you get, the better at the core, at the foundation, at the basics that you have to get. And so what I see churches, they do all this stuff, and it only leads to frustration if you don't have your foundation. And so what we're saying, we're trying to do this kind of big time out in the church space and say, hey guys, if we want to change the future of where we're headed and being able to reach our communities and influence our communities, we've got to get really good at these 7 essential things. And so that's where the conference is. We're not going to have 150 sessions. We're not going to talk about TikTok. We're going to talk about the 7 things that your church has to be extremely good at if you legitimately want to influence your community and reach people week in, week out and see life transformation. So that's the 7 essentials.
Awesome. I think it's going to be helpful for people to actually think through strategically those pieces and figure out how you're going to put that on your site. Now, part of this experience is a bunch of benefits you've got on the site here. First of all, let's just walk through it. You're actually giving, is this true? You're giving away, is this true? You're actually giving away full access to CMU?
Yes, yes, it is true.
For a month?
And the reason why we're doing this is for what I just
said. I thought that was just for me. I thought you said you were giving it.
No, it's for everybody.
So this is a public offer. You're giving everyone access to the full platform, or just like 1 or 2 courses?
To absolutely everything. So if you have your free ticket, when you log in on September 7th, you'll be able to see all 30 courses, all our past conferences, all our kits. And we do this for 2 reasons. Number one is because we're so laser focused at the conference on the essentials, the foundational items, those 7 essentials. If you're like, man, I wanted to go deeper in things like Instagram or our website or email or TikTok or Facebook ads, whatever it is, you're like, then we're going to give you access for a month to jump into those courses. If your team is like, man, that's great, you're talking about essentials, I really wanted to go deep in one of those or one of the more advanced topics. So you've got a month access to CMU. We also are only doing fall enrollment once a year now. So our fall enrollment will open up at the conference. And so giving everybody a chance to look in behind the scenes is a good opportunity for your church team to be like, would this help our church? Is this something that would help us get more visitors? If so it gives you a chance to show it to your board, show it to your finance team, show it to your leadership team. So everybody gets a free month of CMU. Everybody gets the mystery experience. We're also doing a deal where all the sessions and the breakouts are included.
Yeah. So wait a minute. So you told me you're going to give me $100 coupon, so I didn't have to pay for the sessions on demand. What happened to the coupon?
Life comes at us quick, Kenny. We're giving everybody, so like it's not like you come to the live thing and then you have to buy the sessions. I understand that.
I thought I was special.
I know you are. So we're just decided to give everybody lifetime access to everything that we're doing.
Wow.
So like as a way to invest in churches, we're also giving. So if you scroll down to the bottom of the screen, Kenny, this kind of goes a little bit with the mystery experience. We're giving every church that comes to the conference the New Beginning Sermon Series kit. This kit is designed to help churches launch really a great year in January of 2022. So everything that you would need to kick off your year with a sermon series for January called A New Beginning. So the videos, the invite strategies, the Facebook ads, the collateral, like the Photoshop files, the Canva files.
Wait. So I'm a little bit slow. I'm a little bit slow, Ryan. You got to slow down a little bit. So you're saying this is something that pastors can use to preach coming out of the gates after Christmas, like in New Year's, you come back.
Yep.
And then so what about like the actual sermon?
Yeah, there's 5 sermons that are outlined and I think maybe even manuscripted that goes with the series. I mean, from everything from A to Z that you would need. So essentially, I think when churches come to the conference, what you'll find is we're going to give you a lot of coaching on the things to help your church get more visitors, but we're also not going to give you this kind of cliffhanger where it's like, you know, you leave the conference frustrated because you're like, man, we can't pull that off. We don't have the team. We don't have we don't have a professional video editor or designer. So if we're coaching on something, we're also going to give you a resource to help pull it off. So our gift to every church is this sermon series kit where you can take it. And I'm telling you, it is designed to help your church have a huge momentum boost in January of 2022. And it gives you a way to implement the ideas that we're going to be coaching you on at the conference. You can easily take it and implement it in January. So it gives you this kind of like, hey, we learned this at the conference in September. Now we've got everything that we need. Now we're going to go practice implementing this to start our 2022 off right. So it's
and this
awesome.
Stuff can be customized, right? Are you giving the raw source files?
All the files are in there, all the Photoshop files, all the artwork, everything's licensed. The music is licensed for churches to be able to use it.
And then it looks like here you got a postcard. So like when people use, I don't know if you're familiar with EDDM, everyday direct mail from the US Post Office, where you don't need to buy a list. You don't need to have labels put on. It looks like you're even giving that type of design element resource collateral so that actually they can get it printed and use EDDM direct mail around the block.
Basically, if there's a communication channel, we've tried to design it for a church. If you want to use that communication channel to get the word out about your church in January in this series, you should have a starting point in there. So we try to be extremely thorough. This year, one of the things that we're doing unique in this kit is we're doing all our videos TikTok style. So there are some professional 16:9 videos, but what I'm most excited about is actually the videos that are portrait mode, kind of vertical videos. Yeah, let me make sure I got that right. So it's more like some fun stuff that you can use with Reels and on Instagram. And if you want to put it on TikTok, it's super cool the way that it's structured. We crowdsourced all this really cool footage from people in this whole concept of new beginnings. So babies taking their first step, saying their first word, to like when people are getting engaged. And so it's all this crowdsourced materials from churches from around the globe in this kind of TikTok style. So all of that is included in the kit, and we're going to be launching that at the conference. So I think when churches come, the bottom line is you'll notice it's just this all-encompassing experience that help churches get more visitors, and we're going to do the best we can to help churches in that endeavor.
I love it. And so just a reminder to everybody, we'll put the link in the comments section, is go up here to churchcommunications.com/CMU. It will send you to the registration page, fill in your information, get free access, and then book your calendar for September 20. It's 3 days, right? 20, yep. 21, and 22. Just some FAQ stuff here, Ryan. So like, when do I need to wake up? And when am I going to be able to go take a nap? Like, when does it start? When does it end? It's an all-day experience, like literally all day?
So we kick off on that Monday at 3 p.m. Eastern with the mystery experience. We're highly recommending get your team, block that off. You can go, once you register, there will be a link where it says schedule. and you can sync our schedule with your calendar as well. The big thing, if I could tell you anything, get your entire team to this experience.
Yeah.
If you're in the second chair and you're like, man, I wish my pastor could understand a little bit more about digital ministry. If you're like a kids pastor, like, I wish my leadership understood more and like had a bigger heart for like kids ministry. We're going to do some heavy lifting for you to help your leadership understand what could be happening digitally through other ministries. So I'm telling you, if you can get your team there, we are going to really, really help you as a church communicator cast the vision and let your leadership experience probably a lot of the things that you've been wishing that they would do or have a heart for or put resources behind. And so if I could give church communicators one tip, I would just say, be sure to get your entire team there to block off that and go through the experience together. It will really, 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 really help you. And I'm telling you, come October, we will be doing fist bumps. But that mystery experience is on Monday at 3 p.m. Eastern. And then on Tuesday, we will kick off the 7 sessions at 11 a.m. Eastern with a keynote. And then Wednesday kicks off we start an hour earlier on Wednesday at 10 a.m. Eastern on Wednesday, just to get the most out of it. But once you register, so go to that link that's in this post, you will get a link where the whole schedule, you can see the schedules there, and then you can click a button and sync it with your calendar as well. So yeah, it's going to be a ton of fun. And yeah, it is 2 full days and that mystery experience.
So Zachary Minton is in the chat. Good guy. He's saying that their church team, their meeting will be CMU.
So like on that week,
yeah,
the team meeting will be the experience.
Yeah, I love that idea.
Yeah. We will announce the mystery experience a week out, so you'll have a little bit of time to plan. But yeah, if you can have your team go through it, and Kenny, you know this, like when you get everybody in the room and you have a shared experience, it's so much easier to make forward progress. And so that's really our heart this year, is like teams. Because sometimes, like if you're a church communicator, you go to a conference and you come back and you're trying to explain to people like what happened, and they just look at you like, what, are you crazy? Like, I don't even know what you're talking about. So that's why we really feel if you can get your whole team to this experience, go through it together, and then now you're kind of like be able to talk through it and be like, oh, we could use that idea. Oh, that's awesome. That's a cool resource. Mm-hmm. And now you can make forward progress so much faster. So yeah, if you've got maybe a team meeting on that week, and you can kind of shift it around, say, hey, our team meeting this week is going to be the mystery experience on Monday. And then you're invited to keep going if you're able to on Tuesday and Wednesday. I think that's a brilliant idea.
Hey, so I'm just like, still stuck on the fact that you're giving every CMU away. So when do you get access to CMU? Is it as soon as I sign up today, or do I have to wait until September 20, or is it after the conference is over? How do I get access to CMU? Because I want to see what's inside. You said 40, how many thousand people have gone through some stuff through the materials?
The last I checked, we've had 47,007 church leaders who have gone through one of our courses, kits, or conferences. So yeah, it's pretty crazy, pretty mind-blowing. We started out to try to help 1,000 churches, and it's pretty crazy to see what God has done. But here's the steps. Let me just break it down into 3 simple steps for everybody watching. Step number 1, guess a number between 1 and 1,000. Okay, yes. Guess a number. I will tell you, there is a hint on the conference page, and the numbers are not 43 or 19 or 777 or 666. Zachary, I know you're already probably put that in, but so guess a number. So that's step 1. That qualifies you for a prize package for the conference. Step 2, go get your free ticket. So Kenny's put the link in this post, churchcommunications.com/CMU. Go get your free ticket. And then step 3 is September 7th when you log in. So when you get your ticket, you get a login to the dashboard where you get all the replays, you get the notes, you get the workbook, you get the links to all the breakout sessions. All of that is in your login. When you log in on September 7th, what you will notice is not only will you have the conference in your dashboard, you will have 31 other courses. You will have 5 other conferences. I think you will have about 10 other kits, all of that will now be in your dashboard, and you will have from September 7th through October 7th to check out all of those courses, kits,
Wow.
conferences, bonuses. And then you can also take your login and share it amongst your team. Now, don't share it with other church teams, but if you want to send it to your lead pastor, you want to send it to your graphic designer, anybody that on your team that would want to be interested in taking a look, you can share your login with them. But all of that,
or they can sign up for the conference themselves, right? They can sign up for their own, and then they would get their own access as well.
Yep, absolutely. And if everybody on the team wants their own login to watch the replays and what, like all of that, we are working on a brand new members area. We haven't announced this, but we're going to be rolling that out at the conference if everything works, if the technology works. And so we'll have umbrella accounts at that point where everybody on the team can be under one account, and you'll be able to like track all your progress. You'll be able to see all the quizzes and assignments, and you'll be able to really, we focus on helping churches get their foundation set up for their marketing foundation. And so the whole new approach is really all cool team-based tracking and really kind of a step-by-step approach. But right now we're making great progress, but you just never know with software and technology if we're going to have it done in time. But
yeah, but in the meantime, I mean, to be very, very practical for some leaders, if you lead a team, or if you're the pastor, at your next staff meeting, you could just tell everyone on the agenda, go to this website, and everyone right now take 2 minutes and 60 seconds, sign up for this, because then you'll have lifetime access to the training that's going to be covered in this conference, right? Basically.
Yep. You'll have a month of everything, and then you'll have lifetime access of everything covered.
Like the 7 essentials, like the 7 essential talks, all that kind of stuff.
Yep.
That's
you'll have lifetime access. And really CMU is designed, like if you have a team or a point person that helps you with Instagram, we have a course for that. If you have a team, like anybody that's sending out email on behalf of your church or a department, I would say they need to go through the email course so that you all get better as a church in writing engaging emails that people actually care about. So if you take any type of marketing communications area that your church would like to get better in, could be Facebook, Instagram, email, text message, your website, and the list keeps going on and on. If you have somebody that's helping you run your Facebook ads, the idea is take the course that we have, put that point person or that team through that course. Now imagine everybody on your team getting better at all of these different areas. When you do that, like, man, your church basically just has rocket fuel and everybody kind of gets on the same page. And really you start to see this huge momentum in reaching people in your community. So that's really how CMU is designed best. The churches that get the most out of it are dividing and conquering and giving all their different people access to that course. And then they're getting better. Everybody's getting better at their specific area.
Love it. People are chiming in. They're putting in their number from 1 to 1,000. We've got 117. Someone guessed the 100, 507. A bunch of numbers coming in. If you've just joined us, Ryan is being himself again, a little bit generous. They're going to give away free stuff, more free stuff. All you need to do is pick a number. Pick a number from 1 to 1,000. Put it into the comments, and then just make sure that you've got your free ticket to the Church Marketing Conference, and you might win this Church Marketing Conference prize pack, which, if it's anything like previous stuff that Ryan sent out, is just going to be fantastic. I'm a little bit, I kind of didn't hear the last 20 minutes of what you were saying, because to be honest, I've just been sitting on this site. You said one of the hints is on the page. And so I'm like literally like looking at all the text to see, oh, is there a number here? There's some hint on this page for the secret number that's going to win me a prize pack.
So Kenny, I will, like, if you go to the frequently asked questions, so it is a different hint, but click on that. Can I watch this with my church team right there? So, it's different now because you guys have your own unique page. So I need to. So like we hid in the first competition we did, we hid the numbers in that frequently asked question right there. So it was so much fun. People were doing that. Like people were jumping into like the source code and looking for numbers, which there's all sorts of numbers. But the hint is no, it's not on the water bottle. It's
just checking.
And the hint is not as literal. The number isn't literally on the page, but if the page does give you some clues to what the number is, if that makes sense. So if you're kind of into like, ooh, this number represents this and this, but there's a lot of numbers in there, but yeah, that'll give you a hint. So that gives you at least a little close if you like playing games.
Hey, you got the snazzy video. Can I play this and see if the audio and everything will work? Let's see. Love it.
Somebody tagged Carl Barnhill, his team over at 1230 Media did that. So somebody give him a shout out in the comments. They do great
Carl Barnhill, Carl. I actually had my sponsored by Carl mug today. So here's the question. Once we're done with it, then what? September 23rd, I'm going to have a CMC, Church Marketing Conference hangover. We've been partying with you, having fun. What's next? What's after that?
I love that you asked this question because we are super intentional about this. So really the conference starts the conversation around the 7 essentials. What are the things that we have to get right as churches moving in the future in order to have as much impact in our communities, reach as many people as possible? So the conference is the conversation around those 7 things, why they're so important, why they make a big deal, and then how do we get started? Now, here's what I'm super pumped about. I absolutely love the conference, but if we just have a great mountaintop youth camp experience and then nothing changes on the next week, we really haven't done anybody a service. So what we're kicking off the Tuesday following the conference is the Church Marketing University Foundations course. It is essentially taking the 7 things that we talk about at the conference, and now we help your church actually implement them each week. So we will kick off the next week with week number 1, and we'll start implementing the first thing. So if your church goes to the conference like, oh my word, this is so helpful, we need to take this seriously. I'm telling you, if you do, for years to come, you will put a marketing system in place that will help you reach thousands and probably tens of thousands, depending on where you're at in the world, of people for years to come. So week 1 will be the Tuesday after the conference at 11 a.m. Central. We start implementing that the next Tuesday, and we're going to do it's essentially turned into about a 9-week course. We'll take one topic every single week and implement it. That's what we do at Church Marketing University. So if your church resonates with the conference and you want to make progress, we get to serve as your guide and say, hey, let's help you make progress along the way. We now have this fun thing where you can actually graduate. So we have a final where you can say, hey, I understand the foundation system. I've implemented it at my church. We will celebrate you. You get a certificate. You get a hoodie. I should have wore my hoodie, but you get a hoodie, and you kind of like right now, like the only people who are invited to our church marketing conference in-person experience are like our graduates. So they're there to help us now put on the experience. So it's super cool. So if you're fired up, pumped up, the next Tuesday is week 1 where we go to school implementing it at your church. And we'll do that. What's cool, Kenny, is when the conference wraps up, there's 100 days between the end of the conference and the start of 2022. So we're basically saying, hey, if this has resonated, let's take this 100 days and let's get all of this applied at your church, and you'll be set up to win for years to come. So that's kind of the plan, how we're breaking it down and helping churches actually put this into practice.
Wow. So September 28th is that first Tuesday. I'm going to block that off. Didn't know I was only blocking off 20 through 21st because I think that's significant. That's in a way, it's better than the conference because it's actually real practice. It's like super practical, right? I'm working on my stuff, not just watching and consuming.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. And we try, and that's a little bit what's unique. I mean, I love conferences. I love going to hear from like the best and the brightest of the world. but at the end of the day, that keynote speaker isn't going to show up at your team meeting on the next Tuesday and help you implement anything. Like, you're going to have their book, right? But that's about it. So I think what makes this unique is we're not only going to put together this event, and that's why too, like you may go to the event and be like, well, like Craig Groeschel's not speaking at this thing, Ryan, like this isn't cool. It's because, hey, I love Craig. He's one of my favorite people in the world. But like the people that you hear at the conference are the people that are going to help you the week after and the week after and the week after and the week after. So that's a little bit unique. We're not big names. We're not superstars. We're people just like you who've learned a few things and have a passion to help you out. And so again, it's kind of like, man, if you want to go on this adventure with us and you're having fun, let's go on this trip together and let's get some things over the finish line. So that's a little bit unique. If you look at like the speaker lineup, I mean, you may not know who they are, but they are the best people in the world. Kenny, I don't know, like I know you guys have a lot of good things going on, but we're hoping to get Kenny also there or Katie there. So yeah, you'll find like it's people that have a heart, that are in the trenches, have a heart. That's that's a low barrier of entry. They have a heart for you. They have a heart for the church, and
they have a heartbeat. Yeah,
they have a heartbeat, and they will show up every single week to help your church.
Awesome, I love it. So here's my question. This is a practical one.
Yeah,
I've been on staff at church. I'm tasked with things. It's a 7-day production cycle. How do I convince my manager or pastor that this is worth the time for me to spend, during these days?
I think when you go to convince anybody of anything, and I'm pulling all this from How to Win Friends and Influence people, you have to enter it from the world of what they care about. So if you're going to convince, don't talk about like why you want them to come to this experience, although you want them to be there. I'm telling you, if you're a church communicator, you want your pastor at this thing because it will help you a ton. But you don't enter the conversation from that perspective. You think to yourself, what are they really passionate about? So maybe they're concerned that we're going back into season 2 of this craziness, like we thought it was done, but now we're going back. We thought like, hey, we had enough understanding of digital ministry and live streaming to limp through. We were going to go back. And now we're like, okay, oh brother. So maybe you've sensed like, maybe they're like, the numbers are decreasing digitally and live stream, and they're passionate about like, hey, we've got to get that solved. Enter the conversation from what they're passionate about and show how this experience can help bring a solution to the obstacle that's in their way, or the thing that God's put in their heart to get out into the world. This will help in that conversation. So enter the conversation from that, connect the dots with what they're passionate about, and you will find if your senior leadership, hey, we're passionate, man, if they are passionate about reaching people for Christ, say, man, this conference is 100% focused on that, on exactly that. So just talk about that. If they're saying, hey, we still got a long ways to figure out this live streaming and digital ministry, man, this conference will be a game changer for our church. It will help us understand how to do effective digital ministry and live streaming. Talk about that. So what is the pain point or the vision point that your leadership is trying to make strides in? Pitch them this experience in that context. So Kenny, I don't know, what would you say? What would you add to that? Because that is a really important question.
I mean, I think in my mind, it's just one of those things where you set up, hey, what do you expect for us to accomplish in this next year together? Or the thing that I was thinking about in particular also with another coaching group is Barna. Actually, I was talking about this earlier today. So Barna had some research out. I don't know if you guys can see this on the screen, but part of their research is looking at these different segments of the population. And Ryan, I think you'll find this really interesting. So there's this Bible disengaged, and they have these in this what do you call it, the definitions here. It's people that are disengaged, that are not interested in receiving anything about faith in the Bible, etc. What's interesting to me here is that you got the scripture engaged, right? These are the ones who are dedicated churchgoers, etc. But then you've got these things they're calling the movable middle. And previously, the movable middle used to be Bible neutral or Bible friendly. That's what used to be the labels. They've now changed the label to call them the movable middle. These are people that are open. They're curious. They're not against the Bible, Christian. They might be atheists, but they're kind of like friendly atheists or polite atheists, as Mark Matlock said at one point. They just need to be asked. They need to be exposed, right? They need to be engaged in that curiosity. Look at this change between 2020, 66 million, to 2021. Something has happened in our culture, Ryan, in that more people are open to the Bible and faith and Jesus, and right, everything else is a declining trend or staying the same. There's something going on here between 2020 and 2021. We have to seize the moments here, I think, Ryan. Don't you think? Like, this is...
Yes. And let me spoil a little bit of a surprise just because it relates so much with what you were talking about right here. So Kenny, click on the conference tab. Keep that up, because going to your question of like, why should churches care? Why should leadership care? So scroll down to the 7 essentials. So one of the things that you'll notice is we're not telling you what the 7 essentials are. Part of that is, mystery makes for good marketing. Okay. So, and marketing is our middle name. So we've got to be good at marketing things. So we are trying to create a little bit of mystery. Let me also spoil a little bit of surprises. Like the 7 essentials aren't very sexy. So it's not like, ooh, I want to learn that. Right. But it's like, once you hear it and understand, like, okay, I get it. I got to get good at my 4-foot putts. Like everybody wants to drive the ball 300 yards. Nobody wants to practice a 4-foot putt. But I will say 2 of the essentials. So I'll spoil the surprise on 2 fronts. 2 of the big things that we're going to be talking about are, number 1 is personal evangelism. We've got some ways that we can help your church develop a culture of personal evangelism, and then in very simple, practical ways, inspire and help people share their faith, share what God is doing in their life. And we've got some really cool stuff. So one of the essentials is, man, moving into the future, if we want to have an impact in our communities, we've got to re-engage people in our churches in the whole idea of personal evangelism. Now, another one of the 7 essentials, so I'm spoiling 2 of the 7 surprises here, is new believer discipleship. So you may be like, Ryan, I thought this was Church Marketing University. This sounds really basic and biblical. Like, yes, I think people are surprised. We are very basic and biblical, but personal evangelism and new believer discipleship, churches have to get a much better is what happens when that movable middle says, I'm interested in following Jesus. Do you have a good plan to take them from the movable middle to I understand what discipleship looks like and I understand a path forward? That is one of the essentials. So we're going to be not only talking about why that's so crucial, we've got another kit that we're releasing to help you. So if your church is like, man, we know we've got to get better at new believer discipleship. We just don't know what to do when somebody on a Facebook Live says, hey, I'm interested. And then it's like crickets. Well, I don't know what to do. Like have them do some, who knows? So like, we're going to help churches on those core things get really good at personal evangelism and new believer discipleship. Just imagine if thousands upon thousands of churches get really good at those things. So that's our heart. It's like, again, I know some people might come to the conference saying, I thought you were going to tell me about TikTok. Well, we can get there, but if we're not good at personal evangelism and discipleship, then we don't need to be messing with TikTok. Okay. Like it's so anyway, I spoiled 2 of the surprise, but Kenny, I love that. I love the whole idea of the movable middle increasing. And now is the opportunity.
It's an opportunity.
Yeah.
So this would be part of this discussion I would light up with your manager, your pastor, whoever that is, to have that discussion that says, actually, we have to seize the moment. We need to look at marketing. We need to look at messaging. We need to look at our websites. This is the opportunity we have in our community, and it is not necessarily going to be here for a while. This is the season to actually get this done. So that's my response to how do we help convince the urgency and the need of this type of stuff. So
I love it.
Thank you so much for putting this on. I feel like, here's another question. I feel like the in-person experience is going to be fantastic. Are you going to have some peeks into that throughout the day? Like, are there people that are joining us online going to be able to see some of the stuff that's happening offline as well?
Yes, and we're trying to do our best. We're having what we call like an Instagram fun train. And so like at the in-person experience itself, like all the Instagram photos are going to be showing up on the wall. So like if we're there in person, we get to see what church teams are doing using the hashtag and following along. And then everything that we're doing in person, I've told the team, the digital community also needs to be experiencing that. So if we are eating barbecue in person, we're giving away barbecue on Instagram to people who are taking photos of their team. If we're playing a silly basketball game of horse or pig, like we want church teams to be playing that as well, and then take a selfie with your champion. And then we're going to select one of the church team winners to like win some cream soda and root beer. So there is this meshing of both experiences. The in-person, the digital experience will be fun. It will be the kind of the very similar. And that's also one of the things that you'll notice is like what we're doing at the conference, we're going to be inspiring churches. Like you can do this with your experience as well. Like you can have way more fun with people who are tuning in to your live stream. Like there's no reason why you can't have a fun Amazon shopping cart for a sermon series that's coming up, where you say, hey, if you worship with us online, go buy this cart, and it's going to tie in to the experiences throughout the sermon series. There's way more imaginative things that we can be doing. So yes, 100% Kenny, we're going to be doing all sorts of crazy stuff, and it's going to be designed. Everything that we're doing is designed for both experiences. And that's what I would say you will notice when you get to the conference. We will be encouraging churches. We've got to start thinking like that. When you're designing something with a 5% tweak, you can make it make sense for both experiences. And with those small tweaks, man, we would be way more effective. So that's just another little sneak peek into what we're doing, but absolutely it's going to be a ton of fun.
Love it. Love it. So September 20th, 21, 22, it's on my calendar. I signed up online while we were here. I'm still trying to find some magic numbers. Trying to figure out how
what's
to
your guess, Kenny? If you haven't guessed yet, pick a number between 1 and 1,000. Kenny, what is your guess? Like you got to guess. I'll give you 2 guesses. You can guess 1 because I'm putting you on the spot live. And then if you want to keep praying about it, thinking about it, then I'll let you guess another one in the comments.
I think my mystery number is 8.
Ooh, I like that. Is that kind of going from the 7 essentials, the mystery?
Well, yeah. I mean, I was looking at the thing, and I'm like, there's 7 essentials, but then there's this extra 8th item here, and I'm like surprise, and it's like surprise prize pack. Could be.
I like that. I love that. Oh man, so much fun. I don't know why mystery games are so much fun, but they are.
So everybody, for those of you who literally might have just joined in at the last second here, as we say farewell, bid adieu to Ryan Wakefield, we're talking about a free online conference that's coming, and then he's actually waived the on-demand all-access pass pricing and all that stuff. He's giving away so much. All you need to do is go to the link down in the chat, in the comments here, in the description. But it's 100% free. It's for your teams, and we're going to convene on the 20th, 21st, and 22nd of next month, September 20, 21, 22. Katie and I are both going to be involved. I think we're just going to have some fun with the CMU team, and we're just really, it's a privilege to be a part of this, Ryan. I thank you so much for pulling the vision together. I personally, as a church online pastor, to tip my hat, I'm really curious to see what the Monday night church experience online, that whole worship experience, is going to look like, because you're reinventing it. And so just to see what it is to either heckle you, throw eggs at you, debate theologically with you, or jump in and really jump on the bandwagon, trying to figure out how to claim that it was all my idea, one or the other, or both. But yeah, so Monday night, I think that's really going to be interesting. That's a piece of innovation where you're reinventing this experience and trying to figure out best practices and all together. So thank you again for putting together. Thanks for hanging out with us today. Anything else before we leave? Say to the people, the folks of the interwebs?
No, man, I'm just so pumped about this. I know it's been a rough season of ministry, and I think I'm just honored that we get to come alongside of so many church leaders and pastors and be an inspiration, be an encouragement, bring a little bit of fun, life, and excitement. We're really praying that God uses this conference to help pastors dream again, church leaders dream again. So if you're overwhelmed, if you're exhausted, if you're tired, let me just make a promise to you. If you come to this conference, we're not going to add more to your to-do list. In fact, we'll take stuff off to your to-do list. Our goal is to breathe life into your team, into your situation, bring some inspiration, bring some fun. At the worst case scenario, if you like root beer and cream soda, you'll walk away with a lot of fun. But it is an honor to be able to partner with church leaders and pastors in this season and bring some encouragement. And so, yeah, I can't wait. Part of me wishes the conference started tomorrow, but I also know we've got a lot of work to finish up the things that we're preparing. So I cannot wait to be hanging out with you guys September 20th, 21st, and 22nd.
Awesome. Mary Deckert is in the chats, and welcome Jocelyn. Mary Deckert, I see she put in a really good number as well. Hopefully it's not as good as my number 8, but we'll see. Mary,
what was Mary's number?
I believe Mary's number was it, were you the one that said 150? I think Mary's number is 150. Man, there's so many comments scrolling by. But Mary asked, what's the number? And the answer is, we're going to put the weight, because typically in our group, when we do Facebook Live, within the first 48, 72 hours, we get about 1,000 or more views. And so there's a lot more friends that are going to see this broadcast, and we're just going to give them a chance to hop in with their own magic. Oh, nope. Mary Deckert said, look, she's sharing some of her secret sauce logic behind it, Ryan. She said the number is 7 by 7, which is 49.
Ooh.
Her number is 49.
Okay.
So it's your chance. If you're watching here and you haven't chimed in yet, this is your chance. Hey, dude, it's free. Chime in with a number from 1 to 1,000. Go to the registration page and check it all out. Ryan says the number, your inspiration or something on that page is connected with the number that's going to give you the prize pack. And if you want to,
it's kind of like Kevin Spacey in National Treasure. Like there's some things that are hidden in there. So if you like scavenger hunts, if you like guessing things, there is definitely a big hint in a big direction on the conference page. And you got to get there. You got to go there to get your free ticket anyway. And then you have to have your free ticket to win the prize pack, because the prize pack is designed for you and your team to have a blast at the conference. So like, yeah, you gotta get there.
Sorry, we're supposed to end here, but look at this. Just Brian, this is like those blooper things. First of all, I was looking at the water bottle for the numbers, but then I realized for this photo shoot, that's an empty water bottle. What are you eating? Is that burnt tips? What is that?
Yeah, that is burnt in. So
burnt ends.
Burnt ends. So we had barbecue. We will have more barbecue. We're big fans of barbecue. So that was some barbecue from last year. We were testing live because we had promised that Michigan barbecue could rival Kansas City barbecue. So we were seeing if that was the case. It was pretty good, but it is hard to beat Kansas City barbecue. It really is. So hat tip down in Texas. You guys have some good barbecue. Memphis has some good barbecue. But outside of those areas in Kansas City, St. Louis, God bless your hearts over in St. Louis. You guys have some decent barbecue, but outside of that, yeah, I can't say much else good about St. Louis.
Well, I had some burnt ends when I was in Kansas City last. So I'm a true convert fan right now. So
I love it.
Mary says barbecue hard to beat the pros. Absolutely. And with that, we will sign off here today. We'll be back very soon with Ryan. He's going to come back in and join us and maybe give out some more stuff in a week or two. And we'd love to have you connect. Hey, do us a favor. After you after you register, comment done. Comment the word done. If you've made it this far in the recording, comment the word done. Someone who comments the word done after they register for the conference, there might be some surprise for you too. So that's it for today. We will check you out here next time. The Kenny and Ryan Show. Woo! here live from Church Communications. See you, friends. I'll talk to you guys soon.